wrong moment because I have no idea who I'm waiting for, and so when I see someone who looks like they might be the name on my app, then I jump out to grab the door for them, but it's not them. It's not them. So then I wait around for a bit, but I just came back in to say that's what's going on. I am just waiting for whoever my ride is. See, we only get their name, but we don't get a picture of them, so I don't know who I'm watching for. They, on the other hand, they get our name, our license plate, our vehicle make, and a picture of the driver as well too, so they can get in the right vehicle, of course. So that's sort of the dynamic at the moment. If I did get a chance to make a request for what could be, I would suggest that they give us, the drivers a picture of who they're supposed to pick up, because usually the riders are getting rides for themselves, and then that way we could recognize each other a lot quicker. Sometimes, oh, I think I see her over there. Well, that's weird. I'm gonna go help her grab her bag here. Hang on. I'm just gonna drive into an area here that I probably shouldn't be in, but that's okay, just to save her a few steps. Okay, let me help her out here. I'll be right back. Hello, Serena.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
My name is Binyam.
Binyam, nice to meet you, Binyam.
Nice to meet you as well.
Sorry, as I came down, I was like, I didn't confirm where.
Which building?
I haven't used Uber in a long time.
Ah, gotcha.
And I was like, I didn't look before I.
That's okay. I'm guessing maybe
hit
they
the
pinned.
button. Close enough, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as I came, I was like, as soon as I got to the lobby, I was like, oh no.
That's quite alright.
So I was really happy to see you there.
Oh, good. I'm glad to be of service, dear. Sabrina, are you going out international or domestic?
Domestic.
Domestic with
WestJet.
WestJet, awesome. We will get you there. Are you taking off or heading back?
Just going for the weekend, actually.
Nice.
Yes, I'm going for a work trip.
A work trip?
Yeah.
So does it feel like a field trip?
So funny you say that.
Yeah.
I'm going for psychedelic medicine training.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are you a psychologist?
Oh, super cool.
No,
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm an RN.
You're an RN. Gotcha. Okay.
Almost more of a psychonaut these days, to be honest. But yeah, so it's cool.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's our third treatment, of 3.
Yeah.
So it's good. I feel like it's been working on me, even though I didn't think I needed work.
That I know how that goes. I've got a couple of friends who are psychologists that are actually taking their training in this as well too. Oh. So I guess it's a cross career platform dynamic. It helps in your area too, I suppose.
I'm already working in there.
You are, okay.
For a while. Yeah.
Yeah, my friends are so enthusiastic about the potential.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
This realm, yeah.
Yeah, I started getting into it because I started giving medicine.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my goodness, these people are really seem to be doing well. What's going on with psychedelic? It's ketamine.
Okay.
And I was like, what's going on? What's the deal with ketamine? And I started looking into it and was really excited about what I read. And then, yeah, there's a clinic opening up here in Calgary.
Okay.
So I've been helping open it.
You've been helping open this clinic?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm one of the
ground
OGs
floor.
almost.
No kidding.
Yeah. I'm just helping open. I'm moving on after we open. But,
okay.
Still super exciting.
Now, what goes into, I'm just trying to understand, when you're excited about it and you're helping open it, but you're only going to stick around for the opening and then move on.
I'm more of a traveler type of person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I want to do training. I want to be the part of the training aspect.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where my fit is.
I see.
Like being a trainer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I want to do more training and just focus on... It's telling you to turn, eh? Oh, that's so interesting. I never
I should just keep going here, right?
Yeah, I feel like if you keep going.
I was thinking the same thing too.
Yeah, I was like, that's because that intersection is just, it's annoying over there.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Let's go this
good
way.
We talked about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably because it curves a little, but I don't think it's a big deal.
Maybe it's talking about a couple of meters difference.
I know, sometimes it doesn't like super make sense.
Sure enough. So you prefer like the relish of helping expand this field and seeing others kind of getting into it?
Yeah, I feel that a lot of people are getting into it with not a lot of knowledge.
Oh, I see.
And so, like the trainings that are available, they're not experiential, right? They're just like theoretical.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily how you learn. Like,
right.
Now that I've taken other psychedelics.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I think only ayahuasca's left.
Okay, you have yet to do that one.
Yeah, that's the one because you like die.
I know.
But I think I'm actually ready to die now, Binyam. It's funny. Like I'm actually now like I think I might go for like a month-long training for ayahuasca.
Yeah.
But I believe in ketamine, to be honest.
Okay.
I think ketamine has the most potential clinically. It's such a widely studied medicine. It's been around since the 60s. So it's like has so many research studies on it versus all the other psychedelics that are very new in the research front because of the war on drugs, right?
You feel really strongly about the That's awesome. I love it. That's why I'm kind of grilling you. There's that element that you're referencing though, where you're saying there's something to be said about the experiential versus the theoretical approach.
Yeah.
Help me understand that from your perspective.
So that's because I feel really. It's shifting consciousness, right? We're giving medicine for people to have like transformational states of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
How can you even understand what that's like if you haven't tried to experience it? And I think there's a lot of fear around.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, like there's a lot of fear. And for me, I'm not scared of it's only been getting more beautiful as I've experienced other. I know I don't really, like I'll tell you straight up, DMT on its own. So ayahuasca, do you know how it's DMT and a MAO inhibitor together?
Yeah.
So DMT on its own, the MAO inhibitor slows down the uptake of the DMT.
Okay.
So it's a much slower experience.
Yeah.
I've had synthetic DMT, very pure, like made like from the lab people.
Yeah.
But it's very fast and it feels like a lot to process.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the frontier of mental health, that might be too much for people.
Right.
Everyone's getting excited because it's like, 7 minutes, people are better. And I'm like, oh boy. Like, because you kind of like go, I'm not sure where you go. Anyway. So, sorry, what was your question?
It's more along the lines of why the theoretical
versus the experiential. So for this very reason, how like by experiencing things, I just feel like I understand. So for instance, there's a lot of investment interest into DMT right now because it's such a fast acting drug.
Yeah.
The natural version of it, the 5-MeO that you can get more of that doesn't grow in the jungle, comes off of frogs and it's kind of violent how they take it. It's not the nicest.
Right.
So that's not awesome. And then it's so fast. Like for me, it felt a little much.
Yeah.
And I did it in a nice setting.
Yeah.
Setting and all that stuff. I did it well, but I still felt like it was a bit much.
Sure.
So I think having tried things, we get to know better. Now with ketamine, for instance, I hadn't experienced it, and I was drawing upon my other psychedelic experiences to explain it, and reading I'd done to kind of like form my own opinion, I guess, almost on what to tell people.
Curve ahead.
So I did that, and now that I've taken it, it's so different. Like, not so different. It's definitely altered my perception of what we should do for people while they're on ketamine. Do you know what I mean? In a good way, I think.
It makes me think of two things. On the one hand,
it takes away the power dynamics. Sorry. Also.
Oh, that's okay.
That's the other thing.
Tell me about that. What do you mean by that?
Well, because people are in a really vulnerable state when they're in a transformed state of consciousness, right? It's pretty vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an honorable place for us to be.
I know. Yeah.
We should honor that. But
sacred.
Yeah, it is super sacred.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't. Practitioners might not
appreciate.
There's a lot of power dynamic already.
I see what you mean.
Medical system.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think by experiencing it, you'll face it with more humility. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's almost like for example, a counselor sitting with their counselee who's going through some trauma and saying, I know what you mean,
but has never experienced
it, and it's quite evident, versus there's probably a different way that they nuance saying those same words when they say, I know what you mean.
Totally.
And the counselor could intuitionally say, okay, you
so
understand
true.
where I've been, kind of thing, right? Yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah, so that's why I think the experiential side. Now, I've had it 2 times. Today I get to watch a group of 8 receive it, and then I'm receiving it tomorrow.